Hey guys, welcome back. So today we got a 2007 Hyundai Tucson V6 front-wheel drive. So we have an issue with our stabilizer link. So every time you go over bumps or an uneven road, there's gonna be a rattle, clunking noise. Mostly you will hear it in the floorboard area. So usually you check your stabilizer first, right? If there's no play in there, you have to double check your steering. So once let's say your both front wheels are up, so might as well check your suspension and other stuff, right? Because what I noticed too, if there's a noise on the inner portion of the steering rod, which is the inner tie rod, almost the same noise when the stabilizer link is failing. So since we're gonna replace the stabilizer link on this one way you can check is once you remove your wheels, or if let's say if you're not it's still on the ground and you can access the the stabilizer link, you can grab the stabilizer link like this, and there's the wheel around here, right? Make sure you don't pinch your hand, and ask someone to rock the car, and usually you'll feel that. And let's say if you lift up your vehicle, and then you can access by removing your tires, you can just pull the bar here, as you can see there, and then just do like that, and you will feel the noise or the play. So let's try that. This makes, I don't know if it will pick up on the camera, there's a slight noise there. Oh, that's my hoist. But I can feel it with my hand. Once there's play there, the worst will be when you do that, there's gonna be some noise too, that you can hear it the same when you drive the car. So let's do the other side. I'm gonna replace both sides, right? So this one, okay, this one you can hear it clearly. So that the same noise when you're driving, it's more louder, right? So we're gonna do the top one first, then I guess we can, usually when I do this stabilizer link, depends on the position, especially the lower part of the link. If you can access, let's say you just replace one, if you can access here with your extension and everything, you don't have to remove the other one. If you cannot access, usually what I do is I remove both sides, the upper nut of the stabilizer link, so that I can pull down the whole bar and I can access with my tools, right? But in this case we're replacing both links, so we have no choice but to remove these two upper nuts and the links. So let's do that. That's nice. To remove the nut, or use a torch, older car, and then I'm gonna remove the other side quickly. That one got stuck. So usually with these older models, the end of that nut here, oh no, not the end of the nut, the end of the stud, right? There's usually a slot here. Usually I use 17mm on there, or a vice grip. So I'm gonna use that on the other side, because that one was just spinning around. So usually that's how it looks like, your wrench, and once it's on the slot, when the wrench is in, you can move the whole stud or the joint on this link, right? I'm gonna remove that. That's good. It's out now. So you can see here, since we move our both the upper link nut, now I can move freely our stabilizer bar, so we can adjust it to our own comfortable location or position, so we can use our extension. And yeah, and sometimes also the newer models, this bar is kind of tight, so it's not like this that you can move it freely. This one you can move it freely. That's what I noticed on older cars. On the newer cars, it's not like that, so just take into consideration on that one. So I'm just gonna lift this vehicle up, and let's try removing those two lower nuts for our leaks. Okay, so we're gonna do our driver side first. As you can see there, that's our lower end of our stabilizer link with the nut. So I'm gonna go through on this side here, because there's still a subframe here, full subframe in this model. I'm just using a swivel adapter with a 19 short. We can use a long and an extension. So we're gonna put it in there, right? Then we can hope for the best that we can remove that nut. So I have to use a different another set of extension, because the impact gun won't fit correctly because of the transmission. So let's see here. I forgot. So these older models, sometimes they use a different nut sizes. Let's say the upper one is 19, you use 19mm socket, and the lower one usually they use 17. So I used a 19 earlier there. I forgot about that. So I'm using a 17mm right now for the lower end. I think I need to hold it, okay? So I'm gonna put you guys here. So I hope you guys can see that. If not, my camera. So that's still spinning. I'm gonna use my wrench again to go in between here and our link. Like that. And here's our gun. Okay, that's good. We remove our link. Is it out? Yeah, it's out. Where is it? Okay, here. So here's our first link, driver side. And then we're gonna do our passenger side now. So our passenger side, because we get some exhaust on this side here, we got some lines for our power steering. I think the best way is to go in here, in between our subframe and our control arm, I think. So let me loosen that first. I'm using a ratchet wrench as mid dip socket 17 mm. So it's spinning. I'm gonna use again our wrench to lock in on this side. Now the newer design of the stabilizer link, especially in the newer vehicles, they have, it's just round there. You cannot use any wrench, so the best way is to use a vice grip, or sometimes the end of the link there's a like a Allen size slot there, so you can use that to lock in the whole stud so that it won't move and you can spin your nut. So here's our passenger side. So we're just gonna be using an aftermarket. This is, we call it CTR. So I don't know if this is a good one. I think it's a good one. I don't know if I remember correctly. Okay, that's good. It comes with a new set of nuts. Okay, same size. I don't think they have a different. Yeah, so it's interchangeable, so you don't have to worry which one is left or right. So let's open that. Let's remove this from our packaging. And I think this is the same size now. Yeah, this is the same size. That's good. Now check what size is this. Okay, it's a 17 mm, the aftermarket nuts. So we're gonna do our lower end first. Let's install the passenger side first and do the driver side. Okay, same thing. I wonder what size is the other end. There's also okay, 17 too? Okay, that's good. Let me use a wrench here, ratcheting wrench. Just to tighten this. You're gonna ask what's the torque spec on this one. Just make sure it's tight. Okay. Okay, that's tight. That's tight. Now let's do our driver side now. So last time the driver side we did was go in with an impact wrench. I think it's easier to use this space here in between. So let's do that. Same thing, I'm just gonna lock in this side of the link. Oh. And then I'm gonna tighten it. Okay, that's tight. Now we're gonna lower our car and install our upper portion of the stabilizer link, both left and right. Okay, so I'm gonna do our driver side first. I'm just gonna use my impact wrench. Okay, that's it. Right. Now we're gonna go to the other side. Okay, that's good. Now we're just gonna double check by pulling it, or one way to really check this when you test drive it, no more noise. But since I cannot go with you guys test drive this, I'm just gonna pull it, make sure there's no play and there's no noise, unlike last time when I pulled this bar there was some noise, right? So this one, there's no more noise there. So that's how you replace a front stabilizer link or stabilizer anti-swaybar links in a 2007 Hyundai Tucson front wheel drive. I hope you guys enjoyed that video, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and see you next time. Thank you for watching.